modern 38.75-kilometer corridor connecting Qayyumabad with the M9 motorway. As Karachi's first major infrastructure project developed under the public-private partnership framework, it represents a landmark achievement in innovative financing and project delivery. The impact is already visible. Travel time along the corridor has been reduced to approximately 25 minutes, while Shahrai Bhutto is currently facilitating the movement of around 25,000 vehicles daily. Shahrai Bhutto, I'm pleased to inform the House that Shahrai Bhutto is now being extended from Qayyumabad to Karachi Port. The groundbreaking ceremony of this 64.2 billion rupee project was performed by Chairman Pakistan People's Party, Mr. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, on 22nd May 2026. And just wish to tell everyone that out of the 64.2 billion, the Government of Sindh's contribution as equity is only 9.3 billion. So, with 9.3 billion, we will, inshallah, develop a project worth more than 64 billion rupees. The construction time is 30 months, and the work on the project has already started. During financial year 2025-26, approximately 23 billion was committed. Some more projects in the city of Karachi I mentioned. In 25-26, approximately 23 billion were committed for major infrastructure projects being implemented through the Frontier Works Organization to improve mobility and strengthen Karachi's transport network. The government also approved infrastructure projects exceeding rupees 11 billion to be executed by the Karachi Development Authority and rupees 22 billion worth of projects being implemented through the Karachi Metropolitan Corporation to improve urban infrastructure and service delivery. A major milestone was achieved through completion of the Hub Canal project at a cost of approximately rupees 12.7 billion, significantly strengthening long-term water security for Karachi and adjoining areas. This project was inaugurated by Chairman Bilawal Bhutto Zardari on 13th of August 2025. Significant progress has already been achieved under the Competitive and Livable City of Karachi program. Development works are undertaken on 151 schemes across all 25 town municipal corporations of Karachi, of which 147 schemes have already been completed. The remaining schemes are on track for completion by the end of the current month. In addition to physical infrastructure, the program delivered important governance reforms through implementation of a modern SAP-based financial and payroll management system across all local councils and Karachi Metropolitan Corporation. A landmark achievement has also been the launch of one of Pakistan's largest municipal property mapping initiative, under which approximately 4.5 million properties are being surveyed through GIS-based urban immovable property tax system. This initiative will strengthen urban planning, improve municipal revenues, and support sustainable delivery in the years ahead. Sir, now I move to talking about delivering on our commitments. Mr. Speaker, no investment yields greater return than an investment in human life. For this reason, the Government of Sindh has consistently prioritized healthcare as a fundamental pillar of its development agenda, with the objective of ensuring that every citizen has access to quality healthcare services regardless of income or place of residence. I am pleased to report that substantial progress has been achieved across the healthcare sector during financial year 2025-26. Sindh today hosts some of the finest public healthcare institutions in Pakistan, serving only not the people of Sindh, but patients from across the country, or should I say, patients from across the world. The National Institute of Cardiovascular Disease continues to expand access to specialized cardiac care. During the current year, the new outpatient complex, inaugurated by Chairman Bilawal Bhutto Zardari on 5th December 2025, became operational with an investment of approximately rupees 1.2 billion and is currently serving 46,230 patients every month while conducting nearly 40,500 diagnostics tests monthly. Construction of a 100-bed emergency block, a 300-capacity conference hall, and dedicated clinical trial unit has also commenced, further strengthening NICVD's position as one of the world's largest publicly funded cardiac healthcare system. Similarly, the Sindh Institute of Cardiovascular Disease continued to perform free and life-saving treatments throughout its network of 10 cardiac hospitals and 30 chest pain units across Sindh. During financial year 2025-26, SICVD provided treatment to more than 3.44 million patients and at an expenditure of approximately rupees 13.3 billion. The network performed 15,927 emergency angioplasties, 12,757 cardiac catheterization procedures, 1,914 open heart surgeries, and more than 1.49 million diagnostic procedures. The chest pain unit network alone treated almost 433,000 patients, including 9,610 emergency heart attack cases, ensuring timely intervention and thus saving thousands of lives. To further expand access, new chest pain units were established at Sangar and Dadu, while advanced cardiac intervention facilities were introduced at Sakkar, Hyderabad, and Tando Muhammad Khan. Sir, I will now move to the Sindh Institute of Urology and Transplantation. Sir, a major milestone was achieved through operationalization of 250-bed SIUT's Children's Hospital, which is now approximately 80% operational and has already provided more than 53,000 consultations. The government provided rupees 1 billion for this facility, which is expected to become fully operational during financial year 2026-27. At SIUT Sakkar, more than 57,000 OPT consultations, 53,000 dialysis sessions, 28,000 surgeries, and over 1.4 million laboratory tests were conducted during the year. Likewise, the Jinnah Postgraduate Medical Center continued to strengthen its position as one of Pakistan's largest tertiary care hospitals. During the current financial year, JPMC provided healthcare services to approximately 2.58 million patients, including 617,436 emergency cases, while performing 38,487 major surgeries. The institution also remained a national leader in cancer treatment, managing more than 51,000 oncology patients, conducting 31,189 radiotherapy sessions and 16,915 chemotherapy sessions. Significant progress was achieved on landmark 550-bed medical tower being developed under the Government of Sindh and Patient Aid Foundation partnership. Through this successful collaboration, JPMC's capacity has increased from 1,100 beds in 2011 to 2,208 beds today. Investing in children's health. Honourable Speaker, the government continued major investments in child and maternal health care throughout Sindh Institute of Child Health and Neonatology. The SICHA network expanded from 790 beds to more than 1120 beds and now provides specialized healthcare service across 12 districts of Sindh. More than 1.2 million patients received treatment through the SICHN facility. So the Peer Abdul Qadir Shah Jilani Institute of Medical Sciences, Gambut, continued to serve as Pakistan's premier public sector transplant institution. Between July 25 and May 26, Gambut Institute provided healthcare services to approximately 2.97 million patients and successfully performed 174 liver transplants, 16 kidney transplants, 29 bone marrow transplants, and 209 cardiac surgeries. The government also continued to strengthen emergency response systems across Sindh. During the current financial year, the Sindh Integrated Emergency and Health Service expanded its fleet by 110 new ambulances, increasing the total fleet to 545 ambulances operating across the province. Honourable Speaker, sir, I now turn to another critical investment in the future of our province, strengthening education and building human capital that will drive Sindh's growth in decades ahead. Honourable Speaker, no nation can achieve lasting prosperity without investing in its people and in its youth. Education remains the most powerful instrument for social mobility, economic growth and human development. Last year, we committed to strengthening the education sector through teachers' recruitment, restoration of schools, expansion of early childhood education, support of out-of-school children, decentralization of school finances, and greater access to higher education opportunities. One of the largest merit-based recruitment drives in Sindh history was successfully undertaking, and we recruited an additional 5,530 teachers. An additional 5,530 teachers recruitment is underway. The government completed 1,312 new schools during this year. Reconstruction of flood-affected schools also continued, with 606 schools rehabilitated and reconstructed, while work is in progress on another 1,860 schools. Recognizing the importance of early learning, 1,336 early childhood education classrooms were established and strengthened, benefiting more than 40,000 children. In addition, 752 teachers received specialized training and 584 early childhood teachers were recruited. I'll just skip a few pages here due to shortage of time, and I'll go to law and order. Peace and security are indispensable for economic growth, social stability and public confidence. Recognizing this, the Government of Sindh continued to invest in modern policing, counter-terrorism capabilities and public safety initiatives to ensure a secure environment for citizens and businesses alike. A major milestone during financial year 2025-26 was the expansion of technology-driven policing and road safety initiatives. The introduction of AI-based faceless e-ticketing system, together with expansion of the Safe City program, transformed traffic enforcement and strengthening road safety across the province. More than 1.07 million electronic tickets were issued through transparent and technology-based enforcement mechanism. Adopting a citizen-friendly approach, the government waived penalties for the first-time traffic violators to encourage compliance through awareness rather than punishment. To further strengthen the surveillance of public safety, 1,325 smart cameras equipped with facial recognition and automatic number plate recognition technologies were installed at strategic locations. In addition, 1,487 assistant sub-inspectors were recruited. Recruitment of 2,000 investigation officers was approved, and modernization work commenced on 40 model police stations across the province. So, one of the most important achievements of the year was restoration of peace and security in the Kacha areas of northern Sindh through targeted anti-dacoit operations in Shikarpur, Kashmore and Gotki, supported by an allocation of Rs 872 million. Law enforcement agencies conducted 141 encounters, eliminated 48 hardened criminals, made 140 arrests and secured 475 voluntary surrenders. Most importantly, approximately 115,000 acres of Kacha territory was cleared from criminal influence, restoring confidence among local communities and strengthening the writ of the state. Sir, I now turn to another important commitment of this government, that is empowering persons with disabilities, promoting inclusion and ensuring that no citizen is left behind in journey towards progress and power and prosperity. During the current financial year, significant progress was achieved in expanding rehabilitation services, strengthening inclusive education, and improving accessibility across the province. Today, the Department of Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities operates 67 special education and rehabilitation schools, 10 centers for autism rehabilitation and training, and works in partnership with 140 organizations supporting persons with disabilities. More than 1,000 teachers from 300 schools received specialized training under inclusive education program, while a broader initiative has been launched to train 5